It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the New Orleans Saints and the New York Jets. And it's all up next.
Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here. And now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So glad y'all could join us for this game. Kate, Scott, and Brock Hewitt on the call for it, and we're expecting quite a bit of offensive gamesmanship, partner. Some veteran savvy out there. Both of our starting quarterbacks have spent quite a long time in this league, and they've got plenty of experience to show for it.
Yeah, I like the way you say that right there. Gamesmanship and veteran savvy. Father Time, he chases down these skill guys. It's a game that's getting younger and younger, right? Because well, it's hard to be as fast as you've been when you were a rookie. As a quarterback, you've got to use your years of experience both these guys have to play this game from the neck up and still play it at a high level.
Ball is teed up as rain continues to fall. And away we go from East Rutherford. Israel Abani-Kanda on the return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
They'll start this one out with Hall. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Willie Gay there on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. Dump off caught by his back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Rodgers here from the gun. Malachi Corley reels it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll run here. It's Hall. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Jets take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Breece Hall with the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Greg Zuerlein for the point after try. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And then brought out by the second rounder who's been climbing the leaderboard since 2014 at a Fresno State, Derek Carr.
One thing you can always trust about Carr is to give you a lot of games and a whole lot of numbers as a starter each and every season. He's just got a lightning quick release. I love watching him throw a football, but he's not gotten a lot of chances at postseason moments. And time is not on his side.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. They go with Williams on the counter, and he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Working out of the gun. It's Carr. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now Carr. This is complete to Olave. And this one doesn't go far.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
4th down punt coming for the Saints as Lou Hedley runs out to send it away. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Jets are starting deep from their own territory here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Has a man, it's Tyler Conklin. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here's 2nd and 5. It's caught, that's Mike Williams. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Play fake, it's Rodgers. Finds his target, Hall. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
From the gun, it's Hall. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Really gay there on the tackle. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Now it's the Saints' all-time leading punter, Thomas Morstead, on to hit this one. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And this was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. 2nd drive coming up for the Saints offense. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Carr now on 1st and 10. He beams one deep right side. They connect on the deep shot. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's 1st down. Carr off the play fake. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually. So 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Carr. Into the hands of Olave. And they touch him down. Looks to be about 4 yards short of the sticks.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Running back sent in motion. Kamara's got it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing again, it's Carr. Completed over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 13 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Carr with it on 1st. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints reach pay dirt for the 1st time this game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Blake Groupie to try the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Saints tie this game 7-7. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's Abanikanda on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Jets offense now set to take over. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Has his man, it's Corley. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They give to Hall now on the option. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the 43. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Hits him on the out route. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Jets break the tie here in the 1st. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Jets take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. Shaheed now to return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. First and 10 now from the 30. This is Alvin Kamara with it. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Quincy Williams making the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch, so they're left facing 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Carr. He puts some power on a deep one left. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Chris Olave with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints tie things up at 14. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's Abanikanda on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go right back to Hall. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. Back deep for the Saints is Rashid Shaheed. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. He has it at the 33. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. The Saints and Chris Olave ready to take over once again on offense. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the 47. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing on first down, it's Carr. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. Able to get it to Moreau. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Carr here from the gun. Catch made over the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Lou Headley on the punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Got 46 on his first punch, and this one's pushing a little more distance. The Jets out to begin another drive. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They give to Hall on the draw. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Hall once more. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Hall takes it straight ahead. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. This has the makings of a shootout, a lot of points, but still tied as we reach the end of one. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from MetLife coming right up. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They have it, 2nd and 4. Now looking to throw with Rodgers. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Thomas Morstead on the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Saints will get set to take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running behind center with Kamara. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. They go play action with Khan. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. The Jets get there and bring him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. Xavier Gipson on to return for the Jets. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. That punt goes 63 yards. And it'll be Jets football. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Hall running between the tackles. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Going to the ground again on 1st. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range? Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. Into the hands of Conklin. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Fits it through the middle. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Throwing on 1st down, Rodgers. Conklin brings it in. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. A give left side for Hall. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. He gets half of the 8 yards remaining, partner. That gives him 2nd and goal from the 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Hall. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Escapes out to the left. And he will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take a 2nd quarter lead. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. On the return, it's Kendre Miller. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The New Orleans offense set to go now. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. They've got 1st down from the 31. Kamara running out of the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's why you often see some mix, some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation, a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Working out of the gun. It's Carr. Kamara's got it. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Carr now on 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Back to the air. Carr. This is reeled in by Kamara. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing again, it's Carr. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Offense to the line for second down. They kick the running back in motion. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. Oh, an exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, New Orleans. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Groupie to try the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Saints tie this game at 21. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's a Conda on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Now here comes the New York offense. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this one out with Hall. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Play action with Rodgers. That throw finds Coughlin. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You know I love the language of football, just the terminology that comes with it. It's a whole new language out there. But in many playbooks, Kate, that's called cross-country. Speaks for itself. You got to run from one spot all the way across the field. Those two did it very well.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. It's Hall on the carry. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Rodgers here from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and short. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking Malachi Corley's way there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Well, he found the route he wanted pretty quickly, Brock, but maybe, I don't know, he telegraphed who he wanted a little too much because that defender sure got there just as the ball arrived to force it loose.
Yeah, this is one of those tough moments as an analyst, right? Because you're right, offensively didn't get the job done, but I'm going to give a gold star to the defense. Anytime you make contact and you disrupt that pass, that's a job well done defensively.
The Saints and Derek Carr about ready to get back to work. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Carr off the play fake. Olave with the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
They kick the running back in motion. Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. He's throwing deep to the left side. Big gain downfield. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 2nd quarter lead. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a 2nd half to match this one. Group B to try the point after. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Xavier Gibson now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Short pass brought in. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by Paulson Adebo.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. This is Hall. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Here's a give to Hall. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Thomas Morstead heading back out for the punt. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Saints ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Carr. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They go play action with Carr. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he makes the catch for the tip drill touchdown. The Saints take a 13-point lead. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. Boy, there was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he still found his man.
Yeah, you don't really recommend challenging double coverage in the end zone in this league, but when you give your receiver a chance in that spot, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust that your guys are better than the ones surrounding him, and he'll go make that play anyway.
Groupie to try the point after. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Saints double their lead to 14. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Gibson now to return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Here comes their offense out again. They've got first down from the 31. Running this with Hall. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. First down, and they go right back to him. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Off play action, Rodgers. He's on the move. He can run it. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. From the red zone now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards of it into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up third down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Rodgers to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Penalty not helping their cause for this third down. Play fake. It's Rodgers. And that's a New York touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Jets chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Miller on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he's stopped. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They go play action here. He finds Johnson. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
I think that's one of those cases, Kate, where this defense wished that ball was round. You know, it's not, and it bounces in funny ways, and unfortunately for the defense there, it bounces the wrong way right out of bounds.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Carr here from the gun. Brought in right side. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Second and 3 now. Putting a receiver in motion. From the 26 on 2nd down. Gets this to Johnson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Able to get it to Moreau. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. This one's caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. McIntomney's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Gibson now to return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So at halftime, the Saints fighting to an advantage on the road. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And the type of game that he has been putting together. Wow, we're going to see some of these highlights now, Brock. And I expect a lot of times over the next week, too. He has thrown this offense to the end zone time and again. What a showing. This is one of the elite games that we have seen from him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Pistol snap to Carr. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air. Carr. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Carr. He fires one deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grow the lead coming out of halftime. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Group B to try the point after. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Saints take a 3-possession lead.
Jets 28.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's Abanikanda on the return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Jets back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They start the half with a give to Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
The give on 2nd to Hall. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Rodgers. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And it's a nice gain, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
On 1st down, here comes Hall. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
They've got first down from the 31. Here's Hall once more. Dukes out a 1-stop. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Rodgers here off the play action. Finds his fullback. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Rodgers here from the gun. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
That just simply